It's Thursday, February 3rd, 2022, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, an update on the Grand Lucayan Resort, 2 more COVID-related deaths reported, World Wetlands Day celebrated, and a new art exhibition on display. So let's start the morning off right.
The Morning Edition is brought to you by We Buy You Sell Company, your leading hurricane impact windows, doors, and tile specialist.
Good morning and welcome to the Morning Edition. I'm Jiminita Swain.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Charles Fisher. Thanks once again for waking up with us here on the Morning Edition. Good morning, Jimmy. How you doing?
Good morning. I am doing fabulous. How are you?
I got one question for you. This is February, and February has how many days in it this year?
28.
And why is February the shortest month of the year?
Why is it the shortest month? I don't know. That is a good question. You should tell us.
February is also known as the month of love. And a lot of people have not been getting in love recently, so they've put it into February to make it.
So they cut it down. They cut it down to cut down their misery.
Cut down on the love. And talking about love, Apple, there was a prank online this week that Apple came out with a marriage ring, a smart wedding ring. Now it's been added to the list. It said that it will track your mate wherever they go. It had over 1,000 hits automatically as it went up, and persons were up in roar. Who was going to buy this? Who wanted to buy this? The new Apple ring, but come to find out, it was only a prank. You know, they put all kinds of things online, and you can see some of those rings online. So I know a lot of Bahamian men were, hey, I getting that, I getting that, you know.
They were in an uproar because nobody wants to be tracked, right?
Yeah, so the ring was telling you where you go, where the person was the last time. I knew. I don't like Apple. I'm an orange person, so I know I was not getting that ring.
They have your phone. They don't even need to. You have the app to find my iPhone, so you don't even need a ring if you're smart enough.
And you have the colors for the ring, so it looked like you were in the mindset of getting the ring. The ring comes with that nice. If you could bring that back up on the screen, you can see the ring matches Jimmy outfits. And Jimmy, so if you were thinking about it, Jimmy,
I would have been matched perfectly. Yeah. Blended well with my ring.
But talking about somebody who's going to be needing a ring pretty soon. Oh, Crystal Darling. She's now on our traffic beat. Good morning, Crystal. Welcome to the Morning Edition.
I can make mention of that.
Good morning, Jiminita, and good morning, Charles. How are you? We're great.
How are things out there on the road? I understand that you are in the Monaco area.
Yes, we're not really on the road this morning, but we are coming live from the beach, Montague Beach. It's a beautiful scene out here. A lot of boats. It's calm. And you have a lot of people out here jogging and swimming as well, as cold as it is. But we are out here with Corporal Kemp this morning. And today we're going to be talking about people on the road. Stress, how stress works with everything. But before that, we're going to talk about the overnight traffic situation.
Yes. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Bahamas. And it is a beautiful day. And I just want to encourage the road users out there to take advantage of the luxury that we have, that we take for granted. And that's this beautiful beachfront that you're seeing here this morning. But overnight, reported to us, we have had over 12 accidents. And stress, Crystal, it doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care your position in life. It can affect everybody in many different ways. And people to focus on their bills, their relationship, stress on the job, stuff like that. And it causes you to lose focus, especially for our road users who are on the streets. And that's why it was important that when we did this morning, to remind our drivers out there to take advantage of this, leave out early enough in the morning, and pull up on the beach and just take some time to reflect and refocus yourself, because if you find that you're heavily stressed and you're on the streets, it can cause you to not be focused, and you can drive to a traffic light, drive to a stop sign, and that can have devastation consequences.
Okay, so how frequently, I guess, have you noticed, the COVID-19 pandemic has taken a toll on a lot of people's stress levels? How often do you come upon a scene and the drivers confess that they are stressed out?
Most times whenever an officer is called to investigate a matter, it's usually after the fact. And in terms of traffic collisions, it is during those time of the investigations where we're getting a statement from persons. A lot of persons tend to say, hey, you know what, I was in focus. I had a lot on my mind, and they would usually apologize to the other party. Now, that's not all in all cases, but in a lot of those instances, a lot of persons do admit that they were not focused due to their personal problems. And I want to say, if you find that you are heavily laden and you're on the street, take a moment, like I said, if you can pull up a nice, beautiful beachfront like this and just take some time to reflect, prayer changes things, and or maybe pull to the side of the road and contact that family member, that loved one who you trust, that can give you some good advice moving on through the day, because you do not want to be one of those persons. And you know what, Crystal, I find that a driver that is not focused, to me, is one of those more dangerous positions to be in, because they are not focused and they can cause more of an issue on the street than somebody who is actually doing foolishness, but they're aware of what they're doing.
Okay, thank you so much, Officer Camp. That's some very good advice for motorists out here coming out into traffic in the mornings, especially. Back to you in the studio, Charles and Jimenito.
Thanks a lot, Crystal. I wish I was out there on the beach. We are waking up to 64 degrees, mostly sunny. Winds east at 7 miles per hour, humidity 93%. Now, strong high pressure is producing fresh to strong winds across the island Bahamas. For the northwest Bahamas, weather mostly sunny, breezy and mild, with a chance of a quick passing shower, becoming fair and cool tonight. For the central and southeast Bahamas, weather variably cloudy and windy, with isolated showers, becoming fair and windy tonight. Your daytime high temperature 79 degrees Fahrenheit, overnight low of 61. As we look ahead to Friday and Saturday, Friday, partly to mostly sunny and mild, remaining windy in the central and southeastern islands. A passing shower here and there, 79 in the day, 66 at night on Friday. And then for Saturday, partly to mostly sunny and mild, remaining breezy in the central and southeastern islands. A passing shower expected as well, mostly sunny and pleasant here in the capital, 79 in the day, 67 at night.
The Davis administration keeping a keen eye on the island of Grand Bahama as one of its most urgent areas for investment and growth. Just days after the Prime Minister visited the island, Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Deputy Prime Minister the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, updated House members on the beleaguered Grand Lucayan Resort, insisting government's moving quickly to lock in a sound deal.
Lucayan Renewal Holdings Limited, the special purpose vehicle created to facilitate the sale of the resort, has engaged the services of Colliers International, a world-renowned real estate company with a vast professional network that is accustomed to handling large-scale, high-end touristic transactions. Madam Speaker, much of the Bahamian people's hard-earned tax dollars have been invested in this resort, and we will not tarry in causing there to be as swift as possible a transaction on the best terms possible to move this investment along.
Sandals Resorts International stepping in to offer employment to dozens of British Colonial Hilton hotel workers whose employment at the historic site is about to be terminated. The regional hotel giant, in collaboration with the Department of Labor, has organized a weekend job fair on February 12th with the offer to Hilton workers and others for employment.
We have positions in all three resorts, and we'll be excited. I've already talked to my colleagues over there. They will be joining us as part of our team as well in terms of going through this process on the 12th, and they'll be here to engage at the same time.
What is happening here with Sandals is to ensure that there is not an increase as far as we possibly can in terms of the unemployment in the Bahamas.
Come prepared to be screened, first interviewed, second interviewed, and probably be hired on that same day.
Minister of Economic Affairs, Senator the Honorable Michael Halkitis, recently led a delegation that included Bahamas High Commissioner to CARICOM designate Her Excellency Leslie Miller-Bryce to the second CARICOM Colombia Ministerial Summit. Diplomatic relations with Colombia, health strategies related to cancer and other non-communicable diseases, technical cooperation and capacity building, climate change, disaster risk management, investment, and trade matters were discussed. The Bahamas anticipates deepening its trade, investment, and tourism links during the country's economic recovery. Agriculture and food security also addressed, including the promotion of educational exchanges in agricultural technology development. The ministerial summit ended with the adoption of the Declaration of Bernac Kia. 2 more COVID deaths reported in the Ministry of Health's latest release, a 65-year-old New Providence woman and an 85-year-old woman from Exuma, taking the country's death toll now to 748, with an increased 48 deaths now under investigation. There are also 39 newly confirmed cases, 18 here in New Providence, 19 in Grand Bahama, and 1 each in Abaco and Eleuthera. 86 cases are in hospital, 4 of them occupying beds in the intensive care unit. There are 220 new recoveries, 6,906 cases are active. World Wetlands Day was celebrated this week, and for more than half a century, this day has been globally recognized as a collective effort to increase awareness of coastal regions and habitats. A number of environmentalists and supporters took part in an important eco-initiative in one of the most critical regions of the country, that being mangrove habitats, which play a vital role in buffering coastal areas from damaging storms and waves. Wife of the Prime Minister Anne-Marie Davis joined the environmental celebration along with the Minister of Environment and Natural Resources, the Honorable Fawn Miller.
Mangroves are the spawning grounds for so many of our marine resources. So these plants are very important to our food chain, and they maintain a balanced, symbiotic, ecological relationship, ensuring the sustainability of our food chain and maintaining our marine health.
We are a gem. We are a jewel. But unless we protect it, unless we maintain it, unless we sustain this and pass this on to the next generation, they will not have what we have today.
Nominations for key positions within the opposition's Free National Movement continued on Wednesday, with Member of Parliament for St. Barnabas Shannon Don Cartwright submitting his nomination for the party's deputy leader post. Also submitting nomination papers was former cabinet minister and parliamentarian Ellsworth Johnson, who's hoping to become the FNM's next national chairman. He will contest the current 3-way race along with former parliamentarians Michael Folks and Dr. Dwayne Sands. The Free National Movement's national convention is set for February 25th.
In mobile services provided by Cable Bahamas Business Solutions helps our customers help their customers adapt to the new way of paying for things. Digital Wallets makes your transactions faster, more convenient, and secure. Whether it's using a debit card at the grocery store or making online payments for your monthly expenses, Digital Wallets powered by Cable Bahamas Business Solutions makes it better. For more information on our fixed and mobile services, contact the experts at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Well, today is Women's Physician Day. Joining us via Zoom on the morning edition is Dr. Agatha Folks Mackey. Good morning, Dr. Mackey, and welcome to the morning edition. Hi, Dr. Mackey. Are you there? Can you hear me? Well, I think Dr. Mackey stepped away, and we will come back to that interview. But of course, today is always a reflection on today in Bahamian history. On February 3rd, 1966, keys to the completed Salvation Army Church on Mackey Street were handed over, marking the completion of 7 months of work. Also on this day in 1982, the House of Assembly approved the purchase of 6.5 acres of property on a John F. Kennedy Drive for the construction of a multi-million-dollar administration complex.
New year, new time. Watch Conversations with Christ every Sunday at 10 a.m. And I'll tell you why. Because I recently had someone ask me, they said, Daniel, how do I explain unemployment to my kids? How do I explain that I'm not working and we on welfare, we on government assistance? How do I explain that to my children? And the only thing I could tell them is one word, and that's temporary. Everything is temporary. Because see, when you walk by faith and not by sight, what you understand is that even though you don't see things changing, you don't have to see it, you just know that it's happening. And then he said, but it's been over 2 years. I haven't worked. So how do you explain temporary? And that's when I had to let him know that, hey, to God, 1 day is like 1,000 years. And 1,000 years is like 1 day. So don't compare today to forever. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So 10 a.m. Conversations with Christ every Sunday.
Proactive and not reactive is how officials of Urban Renewal want to approach their latest initiative geared towards helping those in need. Carla Palmer explains.
Just days following a training exercise on domestic violence, participating leaders led by Urban Renewal Revolutionized Relief Task Force did just what they pledged to do, put talk into action as they canvassed several communities throughout New Providence Wednesday, including Camp Road.
We are doing walkabout in 5 different communities, giving out flyers, brochures, talking with the persons in the community about domestic violence and anger management, which is so prevalent in this country. We just getting some basic information, giving out flyers, and just sensitizing them to know that Urban Renewal Revolutionized is on the ground.
Spearheading the initiative is Urban Renewal's anger management consultant, Eric Fox, who acknowledges that while domestic violence cases have steadily increased across the country, addressing that social ill will not only be the task force's primary agenda.
We'll be rolling out a number of different programs in the next couple of months addressing all of these social ills in the various communities. We just asking them how they doing, how many people live in the house, who is working, whether the light on, the water. We're coming up now. We're working with some other agencies to come up with a comprehensive evaluation and what is it I call it, a system that we will be able to gather more data on every home. We want to go in every home. We can find out who's sick, who's not working, who's on national insurance, who doesn't have any care, how many children in the home. All these different things we need to know so we can better serve the community.
Fox is cognizant that the mission's success relies on a collaborative effort, and that involves partnering with the business community and the private sector.
So when we hear these communities, we can have doctors, we can have lawyers, we can have counselors, we can have people from the medical field, psychiatrists, psychologists. We can have all these persons on our team. So for housing, for food, for assistance, all these persons we are coming together. So we're going to have a force to be reckoned with in these communities.
Already, task force members conducted walkabouts in Freetown, Centerville, Engliston, St. Barnabas, and Fort Charlotte.
Rotary Club continuing to make its motto of service above self a reality for Grand Bahamians. The service organization presenting a mother with the keys to a brand new home in the Western District. Here's Jamila Mizik.
Another family receiving a brand new home thanks to the Rotary organization on Grand's Bahama. Rotarians, family and friends gathering in the West End settlement for a handing over ceremony. Member of the Rotary GB Disaster Committee, James Saltz, noting that the home is one of 1,000 homes repaired by Rotary.
We were on these grounds just a couple months ago, less than that, and there was an older home here that had suffered so poorly. And Billy and Liz just said, on we go, and the crew took it down, and this is what we have. So we're so happy to be here. Thank you for joining us this morning. Rotary is all about service above self, and it's our privilege to be able to put Lakeitha Bevel in a brand new home built by Team Seagrape.
Rotary Area Governor Billie Jean Ferguson making the official presentation. Ferguson thanking all of the Rotary clubs on the island for their involvement, as well as Team Seagrape for their dedicated efforts and everyone else who made the initiative possible. She says the project started after receiving a phone call from a fellow Rotarian.
I couldn't give her any assurity, any promises, but I simply said to her, if it is possible, I will have a look at it. And once the funds came in through an anonymous donor, and we want to say thank you, I know you're listening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The funds came in, and I met with the team, the Rotary Disaster Relief Committee, and I presented the proposal to them, and they happily said a resounding yes to you, Tina. They said yes, they will tear that old house down and they will build you a new one.
The new homeowner taking the opportunity to thank Rotary for the heartfelt donation to her and her family.
I want to give God thanks. He's been so amazing to me. And to all the Voltarians, I just don't know what to say. You're the best. You're really blow my mind. When I got the call, I was between sleep and wake. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, God answered my prayers. Wow. Oh Lord, I just don't know what to say. God is so good. I am very thankful of y'all, whoever is here, friends and family. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the sponsors. Thank you all so much.
Now, after the brief ceremony, the keys were then handed over and the ribbon cut, making it official.
As an artist, I travel all over the world and I find inspiration all around me. In the people, and especially the environment. I love the Bahamas with all its natural beauty. From Abaco in the north to Inagua in the south and all the wonderful and colorful islands in between. But we must all do our part to keep the Bahamas healthy and clean, now and for the future generations. That's why I want you to find a little time to do your part. I'm doing my part because I care. Do you?
We play just like your kids. We text just like your kids. We learn. We even cook. We take selfies. We have hobbies. And we love sports. In every way, we are just like everyone else and enjoy the same things and live our lives every day, just like you do. So if you happen to meet us, treat us just like everyone else. Because at the end of the day, we're just like you. Living life with Down syndrome is simply living. To learn more about Down syndrome, call 727-2105. This message is brought to you by the Grand Bahama Down Syndrome Society.
The Turn Gallery has been open a little more than a year and a new exhibition is now on display. Stickit recently opened and will be on display until next month. It brings together 4 artists, 2 Bahamians and 2 others from the Caribbean that bring collage pieces to life.
So Stickit is a collage-based exhibition, and collage works are just works that takes multiple different media and puts it on paper.
Turn Gallery manager Jody Minnis summing up what Stickit is all about. The exhibition features the works of Bahamian artist Sydney Jasmine Colby, Stephen Smith, and Caribbean artist Ronald Cyril out of Guadeloupe, and Jerdy Hassel from Bermuda. Bold and unapologetic pretty much encapsulate Colby's pieces, which she says explores the works of the exoticized and sexualized gaze placed on Afro-Caribbean women.
You'd see in the background that I introduced motifs that are synonymous with the Bahamas. So you'd see like an androsia print, and then when you get to the body, as the same way I was talking about the works are looking at the way that women are viewed in almost a consumerist like way. So the body is comprised of fruit and meat. So you would have different Bahamian fruits like soursop, mami, sapodilla, and then the meats that you would see would be like red meat, conch, anything that I just thought looked interesting.
The elements featured in the collage include glitter as nail polish and crepe paper. Colby's bold pieces stack up well against those of her Caribbean counterparts, as Minnis admits.
This work is called Cutting Up by Stephen Schmidt. It is a digital collage with crayon, marker, and crayon pencils on paper, and this work signifies, or if you could think of being at like an outdoor family picnic and you're in your yard, and then references what the name of the title is, so Cutting Up, and Stephen specifically highlights that point of where the shyness moves into more familiarity. And then on the other side we have Ronald Cyril's work, and Ronald highlights the Creole dog in Guadeloupe, which would be our version of a pot cake, and he takes the dog and he morphs it with more humanistic figures and other animal figures to show of the like surreal side of what the Caribbean landscape could be.
Sydney Jasmine has worked with art from childhood. Still, it was only in 2020 that she fully embraced art as a profession.
2 of the pieces have been sold already. This one behind me is going to Israel, and then another piece in the space is going to a wonderful collection in the Netherlands. So it's really exciting to know that my work is going to be in these international collections. I've also had the pleasure to show internationally with Turn. Last year in December we did the Untitled Art Fair in Miami, and that was a huge success. And this year we're also going to be going to another fair, the Future Fair in New York in May.
Well, the ticket exhibition is up until the 12th of March. So if you're interested, it's in Western New Providence, and it's great to see.
You really know how to find art, but you know, like we've been doing for quite some time, National Observant Days, and do you think you know what today is?
I think so. I think it's about something sweet.
It is, well, it's National Carrot Cake Day. That's specialty. Can you bake, Jimmy?
Of course, but I would like someone to send us some carrot cake today so we can try it.
Carrot
would
cake
be
is
great.
made of flour, sugar, eggs, and nuts, and it involves ranges now come into several variations of soft and spongy bread filled with sweet flour of carrots. It tastes good. And also today is Golden Retriever Day. What kind of dog do you have? I have a Shih Tzu at home.
I do have a Shih Tzu as well. Actually, I have 2.
Good. So it's Golden Retriever Day.
Golden Retrievers are pretty smart, though.
Yeah, they're some of the smartest dogs in the world. Their playfulness, they are great with persons with disability. Their assistants, like they are seeing eye dogs, hearing dogs for the deaf. So if you're looking for a dog to assist you, it's National Golden Retriever Day. That's hype them up. There's also Feed the Birds Day celebrated today, and it's all part of attention to help birds need right before the spring, when the winter food start to diminish. And so we bring highlight that the birds are now going to need some food. And
well, you know, if you go to any of the beaches, if you go to Montague or Sanders Beach or any of the beaches throughout the day, especially around lunchtime, the seagulls are always ready and waiting.
You don't feed the seagulls once you go on the beach, but because you know what can happen.
Well, they're hungry too.
Guess whose birthday is today?
Whose birthday? Not your birthday.
Elmo's birthday is today. Elmo was born back in 1979. That's a generic background monster, and first appeared as Elmo on Sesame Street in 1980. And I always tease my kids I say we grew up watching Sesame Street, and that's why we are smarter than them, because they don't know ABC, 1, 2, 3. I just love watching Sesame Street on ZNS.
But I love the dancing Elmo, so that's a great toy.
Elmo's birthday
happy
is
birthday,
today.
Elmo.
Elmo's birthday is today, so anybody celebrating a birthday with Elmo today, happy birthday to you as well.
All right, well, that's awesome. Be sure to stay tuned to the ZNS Network for news as it happens, TV and radio updates throughout the day. Then you can tune into the Northern Edition at 6:30 and the Bahamas Tonight at 7. And that's a wrap for this morning's show. Make it a great day, everyone.
Have a great, blessed day, everybody.
Bye.
Enjoy your day.
Just me and you. What we can do? One for two. I got it up. Go slow. Bed down by Sally Sue. Just me and you. What we can do? One for two. I text this girl. She texts me back. She said she ready for some of that.